Hello Facebook, hello YouTube, what is up everybody? This is Ruben and I'm back with another Boom Report. It's been a minute. It has been a minute, but for today's video, I wanted to share with you guys some maintenance that I'm going to be doing, but more importantly, there's a specific upgrade that I wanted to do to my bike. It's that time of year again, beginning of spring. Around March last year, I did a similar thing where I went through a long list of maintenance, and this time of year again, I am also going through a long list of maintenance. And happy Easter to all of you out there, by the way. This would be Easter weekend. I'm doing this video Thursday night as of right now. But this upgrade that I wanted to do on my bike is an upgrade that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time. I've been really putting it off, mainly because, well, it really wasn't something that I found to be necessary. This particular upgrade wasn't a reliability upgrade, neither was it a convenience upgrade. It's more of a performance upgrade, if you will. And these type of upgrades I've kind of shied away from because, again, it wasn't a necessity. But we'll get into that later. Because before we even do this type of upgrade, there's just so much, like I said, maintenance that needs to be done on the bike. I got the back wheel off at the moment. We are changing the chain, changing the sprockets. We're going to be lubricating bearings. We're going to be pretty much going over the entire bike, giving it the tender love and care that it desperately needs to get it ready for the riding season of this year, basically. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then once I'm done with all of this, as you see, I already got the chain off and I already got the new sprocket lined up. The old sprocket, this is what it looks like. The rear, it's really skinny. So yeah, we're getting to get the bike all freshened up. And once it is, then we'll dive into the upgrade that I have planned. So I'll see you guys shortly. All right, guys, the bike is back together again. I got the back wheel on. We got the new rear sprocket on, along with the new front sprocket, a new chain. I went with the RK 520 SO O-ring chain, made in Japan, obviously. So the old chain, it wasn't excessively stretching on me or anything like that. It still flexed just fine. I just decided to replace everything altogether because, as you guys know, with the old chain, once again, I had no idea how many miles I put on it, right? I myself put over 11,000 miles on that chain, but I bought it with the bike. It came with the bike, and God knows how many miles were put on the chain prior to me using it. So we just have a fresh set. There's still other maintenance that I would like to do. We also lubricated the bearings. I want to replace the air filter. I have it on order. It's going to be here towards the end of the following week. And that's pretty much it. Oil change I didn't do too long ago. And the valves were inspected literally 200 miles ago. Okay, so now that we have all that out of the way, the upgrade that I decided to purchase for my KLR 650 is the MCP kit. So that's what I got in this little package here. And the MCP kit, I got the one for a stock KLR, because my KLR is stock. And I also got the thumb idle mixer screw. So we're gonna go look in here all together, see what it comes with. Just give me a moment here. And okay. So inside here we have the needle, the jets, the thumb mixture screw, O-ring, and some other cap that we'll probably look at later. List of instructions, and got some stickers, and yeah, installation instructions. Okay, pretty simple. The MCP kit on the website, the reason why I decided to look into the MCP kit has really been something that's been on my mind for a while, but I never pulled the trigger on it because as someone who was using the bike as a main method of transportation, or for commuting rather, when it comes to these performance kits for the KLR 650, a lot of them sacrifice fuel economy for increased power, which completely went against my whole purpose of wanting to ride the machine in the first place. I wanted to ride it to save money on gas, not for it to use more gas. It makes sense. But now that I do still ride the bike to save money on gas, for sure. But this particular kit, at least what it advertises, is that you get more power without sacrificing much, or if any, fuel economy. And so there's been a lot of reports out there stating that some folks are either getting the same fuel mileage or even better fuel mileage in some cases, due to another mod that this kit comes with. And yeah, so I would like to have my KLR run a bit better. As it states here, you get what the kit claims is that you'll be able to get power on demand, like with an EFI like throttle response. If you guys ride a stock KLR 650, you guys know that sometimes when you rev on the throttle, especially if you do it abruptly, there's a little dead zone, right? Because it's a carbureted bike. There's a little dead zone, and it kind of has like a little lag to it. So you have to be very, I want to say, steady with your accelerations, steady with your throttle hand. You can't really do much jerky motions with it, because there sometimes can be a little stutter, or that lag that I'm talking about. It can be bog a little bit. So what this kit proclaims that it does, it's more of a correction kit more than a performance kit, as you will. So what I would like to do is I would like to test these claims. Also, just a side note, for some reason, I don't understand why, the MCP kit, as far as I know, is probably one of the most controversial performance kits that are out there. Again, I don't understand why, but to my knowledge, there hasn't really been anyone who has made a video to make a thorough comparison, from before MCP versus after MCP. And so in true Ruben Reports fashion, as you guys know me, I like to do my comparisons, or I like to do my tests very thoroughly. And so that's exactly what we're going to be doing with this kit. We're going to be first testing the bike in just its regular standard configuration as is, right? And to make sure that it's a fair comparison, this is exactly why it is that I wanted to do all the maintenance that needed to be done before we get this process started. So I'm still gonna wait until I get my new air filter. I'm also going to clean the carburetor, although it was clean not too long ago. Nonetheless, I'm going to make sure that it's clean. I want to make sure that everything is the way that it needs to be. Okay, we're going to test performance, stock. We're going to test fuel economy. We're going to test the throttle response. We're going to test possibly like a 0 to 50 on the back roads. And then we're going to install the kit and go through that whole install process. And once we have installed the kit, we're going to redo all those tests all over again. Okay, so there'll be a completely fair comparison and a very transparent comparison of how the MCP kit actually performs, or could perform on your bike if your bike is also a stock KLR. All right, so this particular video is probably going to be broken into 2 different parts. So like I said, I'm going to have to wait until my air filter comes in, and once that's in, I will get it installed and we'll start the test. So that's it pretty much for part 1. At the moment, I will see you guys a little bit later, in about a week, once my air filter comes in, and then we'll get that installed and get started with the test. All right. Stay safe out there, guys, and peace.